Hello and welcome to the Flagstaff County podcast. I'm your host, Cary Castagna, Communications Coordinator for Flagstaff County. Joining me today is former Killam resident, Barb Cookson. Welcome, Barb.
Glad to be here.
You're listening to the official podcast of Flagstaff County. Now, Barb, you're joining us from Red Deer, but in 1997, you were living in Killam and you entered a contest we held to design a new logo for Flagstaff County, and your design was chosen as the winner. Now, back then, 28 years ago, we were known as the County of Flagstaff number 29. Your design was colorized and finalized by Flagstaff Printing, and in the following year, in 1998, the new logo was unveiled and it included a name change to Flagstaff County. It has been in use ever since. So first off, Barb, can you share a little bit about yourself and your connection to Flagstaff County?
Sure. My husband, Scott, he grew up south of Lougheed. After we were married, we lived in Killam for 19 years and we raised our three daughters. I also had worked at Flagstaff County, the town of Killam, and the Killam RCMP during those years.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and my in-laws, Ernie and Vesta Cookson, they farmed south of Lougheed for many years.
Oh, so what did you do for Flagstaff County?
I was an admin. I actually worked for Shelley Armstrong, the executive
Okay.
assistant. Yeah,
Oh, wow. And then you worked for the town of Killam, you said, and
I did in the Kilmar CMP. Yep.
and RCMP too.
hmm
Okay, so what was your background in design or art at the time of the contest?
I didn't have a background in art and design, but just enjoyed creating new things. I have always been intrigued just by the uniqueness of logos and designs and thought it'd be fun to try to create one.
Yeah, so how did you first hear about the contest to design the Flagstaff County logo?
I can't really remember, but I believe a contest may have been advertised in the community press at
Yeah,
the time.
yeah, there were some ads, I
Oh, okay.
think back in June of 1997. So you saw the ad and then what did you think?
Well, I just thought it might be kind of neat to try. What it really inspired my design, it just came from my involvement working at Flagstaff County and my husband's work in oil and gas, as well as my father-in-law's life of farming.
Yeah, because you kind of really encapsulated it very well. Yeah, now did you have a clear vision for the logo from the start, or did the design kind of evolve through multiple ideas?
Yeah, I knew I wanted something oil and gas and agriculture related. So I chose a pump jack and a sheaf of wheat. The sheaf of wheat represents the agricultural base, and the pump jack symbolizes the strong oil and gas sector in the county.
Yeah, and can you talk about the other artistic elements or the
I
for the
liked the
county here?
swirl.
The
Just
swirl, yeah.
yeah, it just kind of created it. It just brought it together. I thought the swirl didn't really represent anything per se. It was the pump jack and the sheath of wheat that I wanted to create, but the sheath kind of came up around, and so I wanted to put that swirl kind of in the middle just to kind of bring it together.
Yeah, that artistic styling, yeah. So what tools or techniques did you use to create the logo?
Literally a pair of scissors, a glue stick, some scotch tape, and a photocopier. Like it was so simple. I did not have a home computer at the time, so I used my work computer and a printer to type the words County of Flagstaff number 29, kind of in a fancier font, and then photocopied a picture of a pump jack and a sheaf of wheat that I found.
Oh, okay. And just
Mhm.
because I noticed there were six sketches and then there was one kind of more detailed. Did you end up doing like seven altogether, or how did that work? Or
Oh boy, I don't even remember what I submitted.
yeah, because I went back in the archives and there's a sheet with like six smaller sketches and then a larger, more detailed one, and yeah, it's funny too that it was at the time we were Flagstaff County number 29. or County of Flagstaff number 29. But then I think it kind of coincided with this contest that they decided to change the name also.
Yeah, yeah, it did.
So
Because
how,
I my
how did
design
that
had
work?
well, my design had the county, like the original design had County of Flagstaff number 29. But yeah, during that time, the name was changed, like you'd mentioned. And that was about the only revision I can recall the county making prior to it becoming the official corporate logo, the one that they selected. So
Yeah.
I'd actually be kind of curious to see those other sketches because I can't really remember.
Oh yeah, actually I could maybe just try to pull it up right now. Can you see that?
I only see a black screen. Oh, yes. Oh, that's
So
neat.
those are the six, and then there's
Uh,
the more detailed one at the top there, but
Oh, thank you. Are you able to email that to me?
oh yeah, I can.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to keep that. Thank you.
Did you do the one on the top then or
Yes, I did. See, that's the one I needed to have a fancier font, like I said. So at my on my work computer, I typed that up,
oh
the
okay.
County of Flagstaff portion. And then the other ones, yeah, it's just hand bombed, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
brings back memories then.
it does. Yeah, it's exciting to
Oh.
look at that.
So were there any challenges you faced while designing it or pretty well straightforward, eh?
Well, I had to shrink and enlarge the pictures on the photocopier and cut them out and make sure everything was straight and proportional on my design. Basically, what you can do on the computer now, I kind of had to do manually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So did you receive any feedback or did you make any revisions before it became the official logo or how did that work?
Well, kind of just what I had said during the time the name changed. And that was about the only revision I can recall the county making.
What was your reaction when you found out you had won?
I was surprised I won because there's a lot of artsy and talented people out there with actual equipment to do this kind of thing. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, but I was pretty excited. It's neat looking back after all these years to see the sign and logo on the highway when we drive through the area, or to
Oh,
see the logo on documents or whatever. Yeah.
oh, do you get back quite a bit or
We haven't been back for a couple of years, but yeah,
yeah.
I mean, especially when Scott's parents were still there, we drove through a lot, but came to visit.
When you finished the design, did you kind of feel like it was a strong one and you had a good chance of winning?
Um, I don't know if I felt it was a strong one. I liked it, but like I said earlier, there was a lot more talented people than I, so I didn't really have high hopes of winning.
Yeah. Yeah, logos are hard to put together though, but sometimes they just click and they just work and yours certainly has for the last 3 decades almost.
Yeah.
Now, my next question was, do you remember the prize? But I believe it was $100 from what I saw.
Yeah, I
You got,
couldn't really remember. But that's what I was thinking too. It maybe was about $100.
oh, was that a lot of money back then?
Oh, I don't know about a lot, but yeah, it was definitely fun to win that.
Oh yeah. Now, how did your family and friends react to your win?
I'm not even sure if I told anyone outside of my family, maybe my coworkers, but my husband thought it was pretty neat. And now that the kids are older, they're kind of impressed that I did that all those years ago.
Yeah, it's quite the legacy. And does it seem like, yeah, it was 28 years ago. Does it seem that long ago? Or?
Well, no, it doesn't in some ways, and then other ways it does. So you know
Yeah.
how time is.
So seeing the logo still in use today, how does it feel to know you contributed such a lasting piece of Flagstaff County's identity?
Well, it's wonderful to think back on it after all these years. Designing it was something I was interested in doing at the time. I didn't think much of it back then, of it being a lasting piece of Flagstaff County, their identity, but it's great that it is.
Yeah. And we have no plans to change it or anything. So it's going to be used for years to come. That's for sure. So, have you designed anything else since then, or either professionally or as a hobby?
Our girls, they were competitive swimmers with the Killam Cyclone Swim Club. So prior to
Oh,
it
okay.
being called the Cyclones, it was the Killam Aqua Aces.
Oh,
And
yeah.
yeah, so when the name changed, we needed a new logo, and I designed a couple of drafts that the board decided on for that. So the logo has had some changes to it since its original design, but yeah.
But that's probably your design up in the at the pool there on the wall, right?
Yeah, it's a little fancier than the one I had, but yeah, it's the same idea for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, that's very
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah.
So if you could update or modify the logo today, the Flagstaff County logo, would you change anything?
Um, I still really like the design. I might change the color. I think when I designed it, it was just in black and white because I didn't
Yeah.
have a color printer. And then it may have been changed to blue if I remember, when it became the official logo. And then after some time, it looks like it's been changed again to green and gold. But
Oh,
I,
really? Eh?
I really like it. I That would be the only thing that maybe I would change.
Yeah, because you didn't have any say on the colors then.
No, that's right. No, just the design.
Oh, so what colors would you make the logo if you had a
Don't
chance?
know. I haven't really thought of it a lot. It looks nice the way it is, but I might bring more color into it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely timeless. So looking back, what does this whole experience mean to you now? I mean, I know you've kind of touched upon it a little bit, but
Well, it was just a really fun project to do, and it's just nice to look back and having contributed to the community in this way.
because as the communications guy for Flagstaff County, I mean, I see that logo every day, all the time, and it's just ingrained in my brain. But yeah, it's kind of neat to talk to you. So, do you have any advice for artists or designers who would like to contribute to their community?
I don't have any advice. I'm not an artist or a designer. Uh, just have an eye for certain things like this, and I enjoyed creating it.
Yeah. Any final thoughts or stories about the Flagstaff County logo contest or anything else related to Flagstaff County?
Well, when you reached out to me, I was surprised that anyone even remembered that I created the logo all those years ago, and that you even wanted to chat with me about it. But yeah, we haven't been back to the area for a couple of years, but when we drive through, it's always fun seeing the Flagstaff County sign and with the logo on it that I designed.
Yeah, and you still have a lot of connection to the area though, right? Through relatives and friends.
Yeah, we have relatives still in the area and a lot of friends from our time in Killam. So unfortunately, we don't get back that way a lot, but um, yeah, we still stay connected.
What took you out to Red Deer?
My husband's job and my job also with the RCMP.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
So lots of fond memories though of the county
Oh,
and Killam.
absolutely.
Yeah. Anything in
Killam,
particular?
I always say that Killam was a fabulous place to raise our kids, just in a small rural community, and those were the best years. So yeah, very fond memories of Killam.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Well,
Hmm.
I
And
hope
the county as a whole.
oh yeah, well I hope Red Deer's treating you well and thank you very much. It's been a pleasure speaking with you and learning more about the history of the Flagstaff County logo.
Well, thank you, Cary. Yeah, I enjoyed speaking with you as well.
All right, well you take care.